guys, it's your pal Victor here from Cult Classics and Cult Following, here for another fun review. We love to do reviews here on the Cult Classics YouTube channel, usually pop culture collectibles, action figures, movies, all sorts of fun stuff like that. Today, we are doing a collectible review, and what we are reviewing, we're not reviewing a McFarlane Batman toy for a change, but we are reviewing is the new Diamond Select Walgreens exclusive, the Crow action figure. These are just barely hitting Walgreens right now. There's probably going to be a fancier comic book shop exclusive down the line. If you go to your local Walgreens, these are like $16.99. Very nicely done. It's a nice box here. Similar packaging to the Rocketeer and Tron and Westworld figures that what the Diamond Select does as well. This is shipping at the same time with a Pirates of the Caribbean Jack Sparrow figure that they also did. I saw that one. I'm not a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan, so I decided to kind of skip on that one. I wasn't crazy about the Jack Sparrow likeness on it. And here's the back. It's a nice little package. We're going to see in a minute if we can reseal this. The reason it looks kind of shiny is there's a plastic tray over the figure too to keep everything in place. And this is Eric Draven, played by Brandon Lee. This scene is actually from the end of the movie when he goes into the church, and he's already gone to visit he doesn't want to go back, but he's killed all of Top Dollar's goons, so his powers are gone because he thinks he's avenged his death. The accessories this includes it comes with a crow. We'll see if that pins on him, and it comes with the metal spire at the top of the church, which he rips off to duel in the sword fight with Michael Wincott's Top Dollar church fight. NECA did a box set of this same Eric with that same weapon with Top Dollar, but they're basically static statues. They actually did a statue set, and the writing on the back here, I'll read that to you. It says, Crow Collector's action figure. The Crow is a tale of a young musician, Eric Draven, who, along with his fiancée, is murdered on the eve of their Halloween wedding. Exactly 1 year after the deaths, Eric is risen from the grave by a mysterious crow to seek out his killers and force them to answer for their crimes. The 7-inch action figure of Eric Draven is based on his appearance in 1994's The Crow and features over 16 points of articulation, designed by Yuri Tming, sculpted by Chris Dahlberg. Chris Dahlberg has sculpted a lot of action figures for NECA, so we'll see if it's kind of like NECA, if it holds up to NECA, and yeah, so we're opening it up. It only has one strip of tape, and pull this guy out. Includes a clear stand. Right now I'll say that likeness looks pretty good, but we'll see once we open this up. Let's see here. Looks like this thing, has some tape. Of course it does. It always has tape. It looks like it has a flight stand, which should be interesting. So maybe the Crow goes on the flight stand. I actually would be annoyed by that, to be honest with you. I would prefer if it pinned on him. Whoa, and everything comes flying out. All right. So here is the stand. And here is the spire. It's like bendy plastic. I was kind of expecting it to be harder. But maybe they'll make it easier to go in his hand. Here's the Crow. Trying to see if it looks like it has a peg at the bottom, so I might plug it in the flight stand. Flight stand Or maybe Eric has a peg on him. Alright, and he just pops out. So, let's see here. See the flying piece of hair there, but you can tuck it in. First thoughts. This does look a lot like Eric at the end of the movie. Has a lot of articulation and it's well hidden. There is no bicep or thigh swivel. That's kind of a bummer. I like how the face paint is kind of faded. The ring around his neck is like painted on. Alright, let's do the articulation here. Ball joint, single elbow, old school NECA elbow. Hands, turn, floating, or ab crunch kind of. Yep, there's a waist. Old school NECA hips. Single knee. Ankle rockers. Pivot on the knee. Oh, there's a thigh swivel right there. Yeah. So, oh, and one right here. Okay, so he has thigh swivel. Okay, say it doesn't really make sense why they wouldn't be arm swivel. I'm looking for a spot to peg in the crow. I am not seeing that. That seems like a bummer. All right. Yep, the crow pegs into the flight stand. I mean, I feel like that's kind of shitty, but whatever. And I'll show you why that's shitty in a minute. Looks like he's about 7 inches tall. He has a really lanky neck. All right, so this is basically, you know, kind of the neutral stance. Let's get the spire on him at least. Like, can he actually even hold it? I'm going to try to make him hold it with 2 hands so it doesn't look so kind of or blah. Yeah, that might be a good pose for him. All right, so this is what I'm going to show you. I'm kind of not totally sold on him. He might look good on the shelf, though. All right, so this is the McFarlane Crow from 1997. This figure is like what? 97? It's like 2007, 2017. 21 years old. And he's kind of stylized. He has like maybe like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of articulation. And I think he kind of looks better. So that's kind of a bummer. Let's see if this crow will ping on him. because that would be funny. I mean, if you kind of shove this in there, I mean, you can kind of peg this crow into the McFarlane's Crow spot right here. And chances are I might actually end up doing that. Now, this is the NECA Crow. I've tricked him out with accessories from the McFarlane Crow. And I think he also looks better than this figure. I mean, the makeup is a little more pancakey on this one. This one's kind of like trying to be a crow for all seasons, because this scene doesn't exactly happen. But, like, you know, he actually has the ring on a string, you know, and he's got the scars, and he's got the crow that can actually pose on him. The jacket, I mean, I could put a WWE Sting jacket on him, I suppose. If he came with a jacket, that would probably help the likeness, actually. So yeah, I kind of think he looks better than him. So it's kind of bizarre that, you know, the figures from, like, this figure came out, I think, in 2014. So this figure is like, what? You know, 7 years old? No, it's got to be older than that. I think it's from like 2007. So I mean, this figure is like 14 years old. So and it's still kind of better than this. And I mean, there's a lot more articulation, and, you know, I can kind of see Brandon Lee in there. But I mean, like, a lot of, like, the Bruce Lee figures Diamond Select has been doing don't really look like him. Don't really look like Bruce Lee. I feel like this head is wanting. I feel like there's a way to pose this so it looks better. Like that one, if I pose it like that, it would kind of work. But I was kind of expecting more from this, you know, because I really like this movie. You know, I mean, I think it's cool that this movie is like, what, 94? And it's like, what, almost, like, what, 2004, 2014, plus 6, you know, 20, almost 27-year-old movie, and they're still making merchandise from it, you know? So this was one of my favorite movies. I think when this movie came out in 94, I saw it in the theater like 6 times. 6 times at a man theater, you know, with 90s prices. I gave them a lot of money. But it was a really good movie. About the soundtrack, I even, like, bought the soundtrack for the sequel, which is not as good, but has really cool character designs and production design. I don't know. You tell me what you think. Like I said, I was kind of expecting more. And I think, definitely think the older figures look better. You know, it's not like this one's, this one's not super hard to, or it might be. They're not cheap, I'll say that much. I'm glad I got these when I got these. Like, you know, that NECA figure, I'm actually bummed that Diamond Select got this, because it means we won't get a tricked out ultimate version of that figure with the coat. Because I would love to have a ultimate version of this figure with, like, modern articulation. And he's basically kind of a statue. His legs you know, don't really move. Like, how many points of articulation does this guy have? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the McFarlane figure has like more articulation than the NECA one. You put that in your head for a second. But I don't know. Let's see what maybe like I'll set up the flight stand really quick, so I'm not like totally just dogging on this. Oh, sorry, flight stand goes this way. I am a fan of flight stands. You know, like Dr. Manhattan one. Hang on. There you go, real time. Yeah, I'm just not convinced that looks that great. I prefer it kind of perched, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's my review of the Crow figure. Might actually look better. Yeah, looks better with him. Looks better with the McFarlane figure. I would say use the Crow with the McFarlane figure, and you kind of have a nice figure there. Might actually put the McFarlane figure on this stand, and this guy can throw in one of my movie figure displays. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Crow figure from Diamond Select. Just came out. Wish it was better. If you enjoyed this figure, and sorry for the length, but yeah, I just kind of had to go in and you know, do a compare and contrast with the NECA and McFarlane ones. Feel free to subscribe, give me a follow, all that fun stuff, and we will see you soon on CultFollowing.co. Thanks for tuning in, and believe in angels. All right, see you.